So you actually expand the group, and so you do it by yourself. No other adults.
I work along with. Well, I get involved with other professionals, a number of people.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, but mainly you are their mentor.
I'm the main mentor.
You are the main mentor.
I'm the main mentor, but there are some people who are who sometimes they tend to get involved and help out and so on. Basically, alhamdulillah. So without their help, I wouldn't have got as far as well.
No, mashallah, but you know, it's a good thing that you started something with Suhail, and now mashallah it's expanded. And I heard that you did your last the first project as a group. Can you tell me a little bit about it? The first project you did, Suhail, with the group. This is the first project, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah. Can you tell me about it?
It began quite a few months before Ramadan, because we'd actually planned to hold this 1 week before Ramadan. So a few months before Ramadan began, we planned to start a project, and the project and the event would be held in a masjid, and we'd raise money by doing bake sales. By the way, this is before Ramadan, so no one's fasting.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
okay,
so bake sales,
okay.
sandwich sales, drinks, and we'd also have guest speakers. So we'd want to change the perceptions of young Somali kids across the country, because we knew that a lot of young Somalis, they're perceived to be, you know, troublemakers. You know, they're always getting in trouble, always getting in gangs, always getting in prison. So Security decided, hey, let's do a perception event. Let's create an event for the kids, one for them, where they can change their perception. However, there was a lockdown enforced due to coronavirus, so those plans had to be scrapped. I was pretty frustrated, so I called Mohammed a few weeks before Ramadan began, and I said, what are we going to do? And he said, don't worry, we can maybe move it to online. So when we agreed that we would do it online, I asked Mohammed, hey, could you get in touch with some professionals to make some small 30-second, 1-minute clips so we can put them on social media? Alhamdulillah, they did put them on social media. They shared it on all their socials, so Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. And yeah, those friends shared it, reshared it with their friends, and their friends reshared it with their friends, and the word got out, and we raised a lot of money, alhamdulillah.
That is very good. So the idea was to have an event, charity event. And then you guys came up with it as a group, and then you planned to do it during the Ramadan or after Ramadan?
1 week before Ramadan.
1 week before Ramadan. And then the idea changed to, because of the lockdown, changed
correct.
to online charity donations. And so Abdulrahim, so tell me, how do you, as a group, while you are in lockdown, how do you work together to come up with this online donation thing?
It was actually before the coronavirus happened. So we were in the YSP center, and we wanted, all of us as a group effort, we wanted to do as an event. And then Zakaria came up with the idea of perception.
Okay.
And then we built off that.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that, okay, now it's lockdown, right? And you guys came up with the idea of, okay, let's do online.
Correct.
Okay. So when you did, how do you work together, Zakaria? How do you guys come up with this idea of, okay, clips and the things that the professionals help you? Can you tell me a bit about it? How do you come up? How do you organize it yourselves? I know you do it by yourselves, but how do you do it?
To be honest with you, it's a process. We work together as a group. Okay. It's people bring in ideas, and it's a step-by-step process.
Okay.
And from that one step, when we were at the start, before lockdown, us thinking about starting an event, after that, it was a step-by-step process. Thank you to Suhail and Mohammed for starting up the video. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's a step-by-step process.
And a group work.
Correct.
Mashallah. So you said you recorded the clips.
The group members, and we asked professionals, and then I asked Mohammed, hey, do you know any professionals that we can get in touch with? Yeah, he said, alhamdulillah, he knows quite a few, obviously, and he reshared them, and he said, hey, could you make small clips just for these kids so they can get their charity appeal message across? And then those messages, those clips were shared throughout loads of people, and that's why we managed to raise so much money. So I want to give a big thank you to them, to the professionals, and the rest of my group members as well.
Okay, mashallah. If we say, okay, obviously you guys did not see each other for a while as a group. I know you were working together. Does that bring you closer to each other by contacting each other, asking videos and ideas? How does that help you guys? What do you call? I'm gonna ask Zakaria. Do you think you guys can become closer to each other because of now what's happening and these videos you're doing?
I think definitely, because before the lockdown, simple things that we used to take for granted, we're now, you know, we're learning how to like cope with them. And especially with the group in this group, we're learning how to cope with each other. We're learning what to do. We're learning how to work together, and we're definitely building together.
So the lockdown did not stop you guys?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I think communication plays a big part in it. You know, because it's a lockdown. You know, you're relying on one another. Okay, you make this clip, we put them together, and obviously, you know, Mohammed had to take all those clips, put them together, and I know it probably took a long time. So it was a group effort.
So it's a group effort. It just so tell me, what do you learn from this, from by doing this project? What do you learn from it?
We learned a lot, like, and it gave us a lot of experience. Like in the future, like we might want to have more events. So it was like good experience.
More events. Okay. So as a you know, with this charity thing, you know, when you start, it's called Eat With Us, isn't it?
Eat With Us.
Yeah. So it's a project that you want help orphan children. Okay. So the idea of, okay, you said, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna send them. Is it always your plan to send them money for it, or you were planning something else?
Not at first.
We were planning to collect. You know, toys, books. But obviously, it's a lockdown, so we can't go to different people's houses and say, "Hey, could you give us, you know, toys so we can send them back?"
Okay.
So the idea was eventually to send them money, the actual money that we raised, and then we sent them the money, and then they decided, "Hey, let's go out. We at least the lockdown's not as severe there, so you know they can buy them toys, they can buy them books, and most importantly, let them celebrate a fantastic Eid." And I know they did.
So how do you feel? How do you feel now? Abdulkareem, I know you're new to the group. I don't understand. How do you feel being part of this now? How's your feeling by doing something for for orphan children? How do you feel working with this group?
Well, yeah, it feels amazing. You know that I'm participating in something which, you know, it grant me some activity which I can do during this life, and also some ajr in the next. And also something that, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with you. And it's also amazing to be putting a smile on somebody else's face. And, you know, it gives you a sense of, you know, that you have some responsibility, and that it's going to push you and tell you that, you know, you can do other stuff like this, and you can bring up other stuff like this. And that's all I would say.
Yeah, so when you who first contacted you and asked you to do this?
The first event which they did before, which I think I don't remember what they were talking about, but there was an event before all of this.
Oh yes, that event, the charity thing in London, in
Birmingham.
Yes.
So that was about Tawheed, and then after that, Man Fuad, one of my teachers, he called me, and then after that, he's the one that he brought me to all of this, and he told me that they're doing something, and you know, your Quran recitation is nice, you know, you have to come and do something like this there. So yes, no problem. And then from then on, everything just came, you know, opportunities kept coming, more things which I can participate in. You know, and Wallah, it was amazing, and it's all thanks to him, you know, so I'd like to thank him. And then after that, then
Sheikh Fuad. Okay, mashallah.
And then Suhail contacted my friend and told him that, you know, we're going to do some charity thing. But before the lockdown, you know, as they were saying that they wanted to plan something, an event, and wanted some speakers. Suhail wanted to invite me as well before that, but then we had the lockdown, and then we had to do online stuff, and then he told me to record my own clip, and I did. I added some verses of the Quran, some hadith, and also, Wallah, one extra thing which I like to add on is that since the lockdown thing, you know, everyone might think that other than doing something online, it's better if we do it in person on stage and events. But then we have raised even more now since we've been doing it online. And also, you know, what I realized is the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad when he said that, you know, when Allah takes something from me, he gives you something even better than that. And you know, this we can clearly see this now. We raised like tons of more money than we thought we anticipated we might raise up together.
You're right, yes. Mashallah, what you said is that when Sheikh Fuad have introduced you to at the event that you were there, and then you got connected with Suhail, I think so. And so tell me, how do you feel about working? Have you ever worked with a group before?
No, not something.
So how do you feel now working with this young men now? How do you feel? Are you comfortable working with that? Just tell me how you feel, because you guys work on something amazing. You think about orphanage, you think about agomi dalki choge, you think about how we can help our country, and you know, just to let you know, the listeners, that the charity they have collected money and donated was Al-Rahma charity in Hargeisa, Hargeisa. So mashallah, and when I saw the video, I know so drained how happy they were. So I just want to know your feeling as the first thing that you did with this group. Inshallah, you guys will work more together, but how do you feel? It's something that so pleasant.
Well, it makes me feel enjoyable that, you know, I'm with a bunch of people and children my age, and which are like, their motives are very high, and you know, like they wish to make a better place for the world, you know, and also they started with small stuff.